The following is a production of Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution.
At many beaches around the country, every now and then, a couple times this summer, there will be a high amount of bacteria in the water. And people don't really know why, usually. At this point, we've done a really good job of trying to, fix up our sewage system. We're discharging usually treated sewage, not raw sewage, except in the case maybe of heavy rains. So when these happen, by and large, we don't know why. We don't know where the bacteria is coming from. So I'm interested in whether bacteria might be being flushed out of the sands, because we found that there's very high concentrations of bacteria in dry sand. Provincetown's a good site to explore that because every summer they have these unexplained bacterial exceedance events. So I'm coming out many days over the summer, 3 days a week, so that I can try to catch those exceedance events, and the days prior to and after, hopefully, or at least the weeks prior to and after, and see how are the environmental conditions different when that bacteria increased in the water. Mostly people just measure the cultural bacteria in the water, but since I'm taking the samples for molecular work, I'll be able to go back retroactively and look and see were there other pathogens there that co-occurred with this, because the assumption is that if the bacteria is from humans, it comes along with lots of other potentially pathogenic bacteria that you wouldn't want to be swimming with. But if it's from the environment, if it's been growing in beach sands, if it's kind of endemic to the area, maybe it doesn't correspond to the same kind of pathogens that would be in sewage. Maybe there's other pathogens there from like animals. All right, so we turn this on. There have been some epidemiological studies of waters that are affected by what we call non-point source pollution. But they haven't really separated the effects of bathing versus just going to the beach. So that's hard to parse out because, if you're digging in the sand and stuff, you're also going in the water. And there's one epidemiological study that has looked just at beach sand exposure and activity. And they've shown that there is an increased health risk from people who dig into beach sand versus people that sit on a towel. And then an even increased risk of people who are buried in the sand versus those who just dig in it. These are not huge health risks. This is a developed country issue. This is not life-threatening illness. This is, maybe miss a day of work or discomfort, really. So, but there's a huge economic impact if your beach is closed.
To learn more about Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, visit us on the web at www.whoi.edu.